Hey friends, this is Carzy. Just wanted to make another quick little video about sketching today regarding maybe some order of operations and a few things like that. Came across this interesting little piece on the Fusion 360 Discord, um, and it's something simple just to go over. There's a few things in this that I think are um, they're not really that special, but I think they're just core um their core abilities that you should have when you're sketching, or maybe just to understand how the constraint systems work. And let's go through that. So on some of this stuff here, I kind of have to assume that um there's no angle given for this, so I'm going to assume that it's parallel to this one. There's nothing given. Only the 36. This corner isn't detailed, and there's no angle. So I'm just going to say that it's parallel to this line here. So let's go for it. So let's start a sketch. And then first of all, a lot of the times we want to try and figure out where we want to put this. Usually it's going to be like a bottom left corner or in the middle of the inside circle, or just in the middle here. So let's use that. So we're going to have two circles, and then I'm just going to dimension this inside one just so that we can get the, oops, that's not right, 30.75. 30.75. There we go. And that scales everything else. And then what we have is we have a rectangle that's kind of like that. And then we have some lines, right? So from the inside, something like this. And then maybe something like that as well. And then this goes to also the inside. Something like that. Okay. And we can trim a few things here just to kind of get things in order. And then let's make this here as well. Something like that. And you notice that I'm just kind of just drawing lines and stuff out. And then I can see where I have things, or see where the constraints have come out. So see, there's a lot of stuff that's been added and removed all at the same time. Not really too concerned about all that stuff. So the things that do need to be constrained already are constrained, as far as the overall general scope of what this thing looks like. So you can see, like, I'm moving stuff in and around here. Just going to turn off the profile so it gets a little bit easier to see. And now one of the things I want to look at, when you get something that looks like this, you can just trim this off here so that it's the endpoint, or you could have constrained it back the other way. It really doesn't matter all that much. It does the same thing. So we'll just go from there. Now we want to keep some things parallel. So these two I want to keep parallel. These two are already parallel with each other. This is in line with this one. This is in line with the other. This is vertical, vertical, horizontal, horizontal, parallel, and then all the rest. Okay, so let's constrain a few other things. So we have 66, right? 66. This is going to give us the shape of everything now. 18.75, 135. Right. So we have kind of stuff that looks like all this. So right before I do any more, I'm going to tangent connect these. Tangent, and not those ones. So tangent connect, and I want to make sure that, yeah, this is Okay, good. So this is a check that you can see if that extends past the line like that to the next, whatever the next thing is, that means it's at the endpoint already. We can just click and hold on the point as well. If nothing shows up, we can just see what's there also. So if there's points and stuff like that, then we know things are kind of good to go. Okay, so the next thing is here. Oh, these are radiuses, by the way. So let's toggle that radius. Oop, go back. 30.75. And then we're going to, okay, radius is on. 48. See this starting to look better now. From this side to here is 67. I'm going to go on top here so it doesn't get confusing. 67.5. Which brings us the overall. We have our height. This leg, 71.25. The gap distance horizontally, 36. 16.5. Another way we can tell that this is, if we didn't have this constraint, this would be an angle instead. So to give you an idea of what that looks like, if you didn't have your constraints here, it would be an angle instead. So 16.5, and I'm going to make this parallel to this one, right? So, and we're actually done at this point. So we can verify all of this. Okay. We can actually, we're not quite done yet. I'm sorry. 9. Oops. I didn't want to do that. 9. And then this here. It's also 9. And I'm going to leave those separate. Everything else looks good. Okay, so let's check it. Can I do this with a highlighter? I forget how to do this on here. Oh, there we go. I don't remember how to do this in this editor. Anyways, okay. So 30.75, 48.75, 9, 9, 16.5, 18.75, 66, 135, 63, 71.25, 67.5. Okay, that's all good. So that's how I would do this. I'm not saying that there's any right or wrong answer or right or wrong way to do this, but just to kind of show the fundamentals of doing a sketch like this. I'm going to do this backwards. Oops. Minus. So when we can turn on the sketch here, show dimension, we don't need to be in the sketch environment to change these if we want to do something else. So like 138 or whatever, 100, right? To do this. So we know everything is constrained because all of the lines in our sketches are black. And that means it's all of the lines and all the measurements themselves are referenced to a physical spot in space, or to themselves and to a spot in space. So if I was to take off the concentric, actually not that one. Let's see if I can get the other one. There we go. So you notice they're all turned blue now because this isn't located in space. It's all located in the plane because we're sketching on a plane, but it's not located anywhere. So because that's an origin point, I can do that. The other way you can do this is you could fix this point in space, right? So fix, unfix, and then everything is now referenced off that one spot. And that's kind of how we take care of constraints. So you want to have all your lines black in your sketches. It's always a really good idea to do this when you're sketching, because then you know nothing is going to float around. So here's the reason why you don't do this, or the reason why you want to constrain your sketches. So just imagine this was like that, and you have your space like this, right? And now you can just move that in space whenever you want. You can just move around. That's not good, right? But you can lock it down in space like this, but it's not going to constrain itself. You have to do that within the sketch. So when you do that within the sketch, I'm not going to move. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. So that's how we could take care of that. And hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.